Hello and welcome to Rules and Rulings, helping you to be judge, jury, but hopefully not executioner of your TTRPG games. Today I was planning on streaming the character creation for Vagabond, but apparently YouTube has a system where you have to wait 24 hours after applying to stream, so this is going to be a video. But yes, apparently YouTube has this issue where you have to wait 24 hours after you first attempt to stream, which is news to me, and kind of scuppers my plans for the day. But anyway, we are looking today at Vagabond, which is Indestructiboy's TTRPG, which I did a short on, and we're going to create a second level character so that we can run the Ruin of Possibility solo. So, that's the plan. And this handsome boy you see on the left here is the character we are going to attempt to create in Vagabond. This is Skip Gallows. He was made for a streaming game that ended up being cancelled, and he is a gigantic idiot with a big hammer. So we're going to see how we can make that come to life in Vagabond. So, this is the pre-release kit available on the Kickstarter. And let's see. Creating heroes. Hero's lineage grants them several biological traits. Hero's class grants them hit point max, the size of their hit dice, and grants them aptitude with certain armors. Past is what your hero was doing before adventuring. Got point buy and standard arrays. Oh, roll array. Alternatively, you can roll a d6 and take one of the following score arrays, each created with the standard point buy method. It's a good idea. You end up with balanced set no matter what, but you also get the randomness involved as well. Let's go for the semi-random approach. 4. 10, 10, 12, 13, 14, 16. Alright. What are we doing? We first need a lineage. What are our lineage options? Human? Basically like the variant human from D&D. Beast folk. You can speak to beasts and cryptids. Sure. Several branches of beast kind. Oh, okay. So they've got sub-races. Flying. Talons. Got cow people. Horsemen. Cats, dogs. Is that Testodine? Like it. And vermin and viper. That's a bad selection of beast folk. Right, we've got the centaur, dragons. Oh, that's an interesting scaling on Dragon's Breath. Damage is XD8, where X is half your level, and they explode. We've got dwarves, we've got elves, we've got fiends. Alright. This gnomes. Goblins. 1 additional damage with melee weapons. Wild berserk. Golems, which is the Warforged equivalent. Goop. Sentient slime folk. Goop may be the spawn of happy alchemical accidents or plasmodial organisms that evolve to live in environmental extremes that make the evolution of solid bone and tissue less beneficial. Goop are able to take on any shape they like. Fair enough. What's it like to be a goop? Amorphous, blind sight. Your oozing appendages. Wow. Okay, so they're like vaguely acidic. Interesting. Gremlins. Not blinded by natural dark. Can use a quick action, which I think is the Vagabond's equivalent to the bonus action. 1 luck to emanate a 30-foot aura of disaster for 1 minute whenever an ally fails an attack test, defense test, or save test while within the aura. The next one you make before the start of your group's next turn is favoured. Oh, that's interesting. Halfling. Harpy? Cryptid player characters? Interesting. Fly speed equal to what? You can't use this fly speed while you are holding anything with both of your hands. Okay, that makes sense, because you've got the harpies are generally depicted as having like hands on the ends of their wings, so cool. Kindled after Spider the gods become a melody of time. The first of its audience member, a primordial creature with pure elemental potential. Oh, okay, so this is the Genasi equivalent. Flame, frost. Oh, that's interesting. The flame kindled can absorb fire but are weak to frost, and the frost kindled can actually absorb frost but are weak to fire. Nice. Oh, and the water kindled is absorb. Oh, can heal if they're in a body of water by spending their hit dice, but they have weakness to shock. Cool. Actually introducing weaknesses into characters. Let's have a look. You can move an additional 5 feet when you withdraw. Pack instincts. Favor of honor. So that's pack tactics. Mimic. Oh, this happy little guy. This happy little guy. Right, what else we got? Minotaur. Mushroom people, who are weak to fire. Okay. Orcs. Bonus against being frightened. Rush as a quick action during the first round of combat. +5 bonus to your maximum load and count as one side larger. Where are we? Pixies. They get pixie dust and can pick a magic. With one right of your choice. Okay. So, looking at our boy here, when he was originally made, he was a Dhampir, which, if I remember from skimming through this previously, there is a background that should do something similar to that, so we can basically pick anything we want when it comes to the lineage. Now, we could be incredibly boring and just go up and pick the human, but I kind of like the goblin. I mean, he'd be a very big goblin. No. Alright. I'll tell you what, let's use the Stellar Elf, because he was originally designed for a Spelljammer game, so let's take that little bit there. Basic elf things. Dark vision, elven awareness, and light essence. Oh, that's neat. When you cast it, you can cause a light it sheds to be either sunlight or moonlight. That's interesting. Right, let's start looking at the character records. So we have good old Skip. And he is going to be an astral elf. No, stellar elf. No, go away. Stellar elf. Right, I haven't got his past and future sorted yet. Medium. I'm assuming this is class here and subclass here, which we haven't got to yet. Weapons, skills, inventory features. I don't see an obvious place to put this light thing yet. So light essence. So we're just gonna do the good old fashioned copy pasta. So those are all the racial traits. Right, anything else? There we go, we got nothing else in there. So change that so it can be seen again. Right, so we got the lineage. Next up is the class. Well, yep, that stands to reason. Class options. Okay. Do we have a list? We do have a list, which you can't see, but it's off to the left. The alchemist, the barbarian, the bard, the cleric, the dancer, the druid, the exemplar, the fighter, the gunslinger, the hunter, the pugilist, the rogue, the sorcerer, the vanguard, the witch, and the wizard. Big dumb boy with the big dumb hammer is probably not an alchemist. Oh, that's cool. Iconic alchemists. Barbarian, right. What is the Vagabond Barbarian? You only really need to look at first and second level features because we're going to be doing the solo thing. Primal warriors that fight with the power of unbridled anger, whereas other warriors are trained to maintain composure. Barbarians embrace losing their cool. Alright. Oh, that's interesting. It's a, play style. That's a really nice thing to help people understand what's going on. Barbarian's medium high defense bruiser. It's highly recommended that in combat you stick as close as you can to an enemy to make melee attacks and attract their aggression. Main action attack, quick action set up rage, quick action counter or harrying. Nice. So that would be 10 plus your vitality. Let's see what we got. Rage, a martial technique, predator's pounce, and barbarian instinct, and bring it on. Alright. All melee weapons, adept with one melee weapon type of your choice from either axes, blades, or polearms. Axes, blades, bludgeons, bows. So it's trained and an adept. Okay. Which means if I'm looking for specifically hammer, Barbarian might not be the way to go. Okay, interesting. Still might be worth it. Do like a big dumb hammer. You can use a quick action to go berserk for 1 minute until you go unconscious, or you regain your composure to stop going berserk as a quick action. You can't use a quick action if you have fatigue or if you have used it in the last minute. Further, you can willingly fail any defense test you make against being berserked. Cool. While you are berserked by any means and wearing light armor or no armor, the following rules apply. Your actions are not limited by the berserked status. You have protection physical. Your damage dice with attacks using strength explode on a roll of 1. Oh, see, that's interesting. Exploding on a roll of 1 means that they're Rather than being more swingy, they're instead slightly more consistent. Cool. You gain your choice of a talent with the prerequisite martial technique. Sure. While you don't have medium or heavy armor equipped, your walk speed increases by 5 feet and you can rush even while you have fatigue. Sure. On your group's turn, you can grant yourself favored attacks until the start of your group's next turn. However, your dodges or hint as the Vagabond equivalent of reckless attack. You follow the Barbarian path walk by prance. It grants you features now and at 5th and 8th levels. Okay, so that's a subclass feature at 2nd level. Okay, so let's see what those options are. Got more Barbarian features. Right. Berserker's Fury. Okay, this says 2nd level here, but they say 3rd level here. I'm going to assume the main body of the text is correct. And that's just from moving things around and changing them. Increase your aptitude rank with the threat skill by 2. You make favored threat against beings that are not immune to being frightened. That's got to be skill test then. Attack test made against bloodied beings are favoured, and if damage you deal reduces an enemy to 0 health, you can make 1 additional attack during the turn. Furthermore, if you have favour on an attack, you can forego the favour to make an additional attack. Cool. Okay, so that's just attack. Right, Draconic Might. More flavour. Again, it says 2nd level here and 3rd level here. I'm going to assume that's from moving things around. Increase your aptitude with the law skill. You make favoured law. Legend. When you go berserk, brilliant scales appear across your body. When this happens, choose a damage type. You gain protection. Wrote a subclass that was very similar to that for D&D. Yeah, very similar ideas. Cool. Zealotry, so this would be the increase your aptitude rank with the mysticism skill by 2. When you go berserk, you can immediately cast the smite essence on a weapon you have equipped. No action or focus required. It remains affected by the essence for 1 minute or until you use this feature again. Cool. I like that as well. Okay, and then going into the bard. Okay, so maybe Skip, since he was a paladin to begin with, maybe he ends up going the path of martyr's zealotry. Auto-smiting on your weapon does seem like a cool thing to do. Right, let's have another look. So we have the bard. No. Cleric. Not unless it's incredibly martial in Vagabond, but I don't think it is. No. Find mana to cast spells. Yeah. Right. The dancer is martial support. I already know that one. We've got the druid. The exemplar is Vagabond's answer to the paladin. So let's have a look. So we got 1, 2, Oh, they get their creed straight away. What do they get? Where am I looking? Aptitude. Trained with all melee weapons. Trained with endure and resolve. Okay. Spell mana. I'm not sure I really want to dig into the casting system that much. So, what else we got? We got the gunslinger, the hunter, the pugilist, rogue, sorcerer, Vanguard is all about defense, which I'm not sure I want to do in anything. So my only remaining option to look at is the fighter. Fighting spirit, second wind, martial techniques. Adrenaline surges at 4th. Is that the Vagabond action surge? So you're going to hasten yourself until the end of the turn if you aren't incapacitated or have any level 3. You can do once per combat. When you're an 8th level fighter, you can do so twice per combat, but not on the same round. So, yeah. And again, because this is a playtest document, not everything matches up. So this has fighter discipline listed as 3rd. So what we're looking for is fighting spirit, martial technique, second wind. Okay, once per action where you have favor on a weapon, you can forego making any attacks this action with favor to make 2 attacks with that same action. Sure. Martial technique. If you don't have any fatigue, you can use a quick action to spend one of your hit dice to gain temporary hit points equal to a roll of spent die plus your vitality. Yep. And then that says fighter discipline, but we've established that's not where that is. Okay. Except then these ones say 2nd level, so I'm not sure. Right. That settles it. I'm not sure what's going on with the fighter at the moment, so we're going to go straight up Barbarian. So let's have a look here. We are a Barbarian. And we're going to pick the path of Martyr's Zealotry. Definitely going to need to edit this down. Right. Martyr's Zealotry. Let's just close that. We are level 2. I'm going to go no armor. I think we go no armor. Right. Back to the beginning of the Barbarian. What do we have that we need to put in here? 10 plus for your vitality. Haven't done that yet. A luck die is D2. There's a place for that. Luck die D2. We're medium, because of course we're medium. We're proficient in armor. So that's that one. And proficient with all melee weapons, adept with one melee weapon of your choice from axes, blades, or polearms. Right, so proficient. Does it say all melee weapons? Yep, all melee weapons. So, axes, bludgeons, not bows. I'm going to assume brawling counts. Makeshift and polearms. And then one of these to be adept. I would have liked to see bludgeon in this list. Never mind. Let's make it brawling. Get the damage bonus and the attack bonus at different times. Right. The defense is trained with dodge and endure. Right. Where are my defenses? Up here. Trained with dodge, trained with endure. And adept with athletics, proficient with additional skills equal to logic. Okay, so I really need to start setting my actual scores here. What was my array? It was the 4 array, wasn't it? The rolled array, that was it. 10, 10, 12, 13, 14, 16. So 16 is going to go in there. And logic is not going to be one of our strengths. We'll take presence as a pretty good one. We've got 14, 13, and 12 to work with. 14, 13, 12, and no, we'll put the 12 there and the 10 there. Feel like those are supposed to auto-calculate, but apparently haven't. Okay. When things don't work the way you want them to. Right, what else did I have? So I need these modifiers. Alright, so after a little bit of lunch and a little bit of digging around on Discord, I have got a Google Sheet that doesn't show up very nicely on the stream or on the video, but will at least do all the calculations I want it to. Now, where was I? I was looking at skills. Sure, that looks hideous, but that'll do. What have we got? And da-da-da. That'll do. Right, and we needed to figure out so far, I think this is doing a very good job of keeping me on track of what I'm supposed to be doing. Right, where are we? Skills. Adept with athletics and proficient with additional skills equal to logic, minimum 1. Minimum 1, right. So, that was adept at athletics. So 1 additional skill. Well, we're not a very clever boy. One thing that's slightly different from 5e. In 5e, you end up with a number of skills pretty much no matter what. Whereas I do like that in this one, it's influenced by how smart you are. I'm going with proficient here in... I'm really good at. It's a good presence skill. Let's make him a naturally talented liar. They won't be interesting lies, but they will be lies. Right, so we have rage. Okay. Other things we need to pick. Predator's Pounce. Increase walking speed by 5 feet. Which I think makes it 30 because the base is 25. I might get things wrong when I'm doing this, but that's part of the experience of having a look at it. Okay. Rip and tear. No, because that was not the one I was going to do. It was going to be Martyr's Zealotry. Increase your aptitude rank with a mysticism skill by 2. It's currently at nothing, so trained and then proficient, I guess. And right, when you go berserk, you cast Smite Essence. Okay, so the things I need to pick are Martial Technique, which has got to be in here somewhere. Oh, while I'm here, let's look at Berserk. Nope. There. When I can take it to the extreme of turning one feral, they go berserk. Reason is cast aside and the being gives into a ferocious instinct. Any effect that berserks a being or states it goes berserk refers to this status. They can only move and attack and must use any attack options they have to do so. If they are focused, the focus is broken and they can't focus on another effect. Okay. That's interesting that it does actually affect the way you play, which means it yeah. Right. Talents. Nope. Ah. Right. Got martial technique features is what we're looking for. I'm kind of tempted just to take that because of the name. Damage you make with weapons that have the heavy profit explode on a roll of 1. We're planning on using a big ass hammer. That'll do. Oh, good. That didn't do what I wanted it to do at all. Right. So that's that picked. Right. Let's have another look at... Right, creation... Got my attributes, got my point buy, so I need... I think I've got everything in from the class. I need a past and a future. And you've got to be in here somewhere. Here we go. Backstory, past options. Custom part. Okay, so you do end up with more skill and tool aptitude because you get them from your background. That's my bad for making an assumption. Rich. No, where are we? Risen. There we go. You begin the story. Cursed with undeath. Choosing your cursed form. Yep, that's what we're going for. So I'm going to have to look up the curse in a minute. I get 30 gold worth of items and 1 skill aptitude, which I'm guessing is at the trained level. Although, I guess from the wording of that, it could be just a bump to something that's already there. Let's take... No. So, yeah, one point in taming. Why not? Right, curses. Curses. Where are you? There you are. I get a feeling this would be a lot quicker if I already knew where all of these things were. Right. It was undeath. Okay, so there's different types of undeath curses. Well, I was going for kind of a psychic vampire deal originally, so vampire is probably the closest we have. Gain 1 fatigue every week that passes without consuming blood. Take 5 damage to start the group turn if they're in running water or direct sunlight. Okay, great. I better make sure as a stellar elf I don't use the sunlight version of the light essence then. Right, becomes undead, can't heal from miracles, and have weakness, holy, and light. Sure, why not? Let's go for that. Do we have a spot on here for that? Past and future. That's not what I wanted to do at all. Risen. So we'll make this vampiric stellar elf. Right. Right. So that's the curse. Let's look at essences for a second, because I've already got the light essence. And an ability that lets me use the smite essence when I'm berserk. So let's have a look at both of those. Where are we? That's life. Light. Target sheds light out 30 feet while the caster is focused. Okay. Caster can also choose to target self instead of... Okay, so that's concentration for light. Okay, and smite. Damage type holy, so don't hit yourself. Caster does not get weapon or weapon wielded by a willing creature and blesses it for 1 minute or until the caster casts this miracle again. Weapons damage becomes holy damage while blessed with this miracle. Okay, so it just changes the damage type. I think I can keep that in mind. Relics. What's in relics? Take a minute, ritual bonding. Relics have a characteristic called their law. Most powerful relics are ancestral, only revealing their power later on. Mythic means only one exists. Okay, so there's a couple of options for magic items there. We do have on Skip here the lovely Wand of Wonder hanging on his belt, so we will probably have to figure out what the Vagabond rules for that are at some point, but we'll leave that to see what happens. Okay, armor. I'm not going for any armor, but I do want weapons. So let's have a look. Heavy. The weapon must be wielded in 2 hands to be used properly. If the being's load score is below the number in parentheses, it does count against their load while equipped. Okay. Wait a minute. Worn armor mitigates damage out of thing. Armor. Equipment. Equipment is an item equipped either by wearing it or carrying it to confirm caliber. Equipment is being... As equipment as equipped does not count against the being's load while equipped if the being has aptitude with it. Okay. So if you're good at using something, you can just kind of get used to it. Okay. So this was... Being load score is below the number of parentheses. What's my load score? 16? Right. So let's have a look at our weapons. We've got melee weapons, we've got blades, we've got bludgeons. Oh yeah. Yeah. Colossal hammer. That is going to count against our load, but how can we not? Look at our big dumb boy. He's got a giant hammer. I'm calling that colossal. I don't want to just call that a maul. But can I afford it? That's a good point. I had, what, 30 gold worth of stuff? Back to equipment. Got 30 gold worth of stuff from my past. Does Barbarian give me anything? Let's have a look. Equipment. Here we go. Barbarians begin the story with light armor, which I'm not bothering to use. Where am I? That's a good point. I don't actually get anything. So we're going to use light armor. So I need to go into here and do light armor. Figure that out in a minute. Right. Light armor. Medium shield, 4 javelins, and a weapon with the 2-hand property. Okay. We can work with that. Plus 30 gold worth of stuff from the... So, light armor. Right. Light armor. Shouldn't make a difference to anything, but it is a D4. For protection. Value. I'm going to have to look at that one. Don't really care about the shields. Right, let's go back to weapons. Does the colossal weapon has the 2-handed, so we'll take that. And because our maximum load value is 16, we are going to be counting the load of our hammer. Oh, I don't care. Sweet. Colossal sledge. Right. So 2d6 blunt. And what's the attack bonus? How do I figure out the attack bonus? Right, let's just figure it out myself. So it would be strength plus my bludgeon proficiency or aptitude. So attack bonus 1. Oh, damage bonus 1 as well. Okay, so that's... Okay, 1 and 3. So attack bonus 4. Okay, I'm not sure where that damage bonus goes. Right, plus 1. Yeah, it's just plus 1, 2 damage. So that is 2d6 plus 1. Yeah, that makes sense. Right. That's that. What other gear we got? We've got 30 gold worth of gear from our past life before we were risen. Yeah, know what? No, we're just gonna count the Wand of Wonder. Since it's in the art and I've decided on keeping it. For better or worse. Right, where was it? Future options. Each time you fulfill an aspect of your destiny, you gain a character level. Each time you gain a character level, you gain the following in addition to your class features. You increase one of your attribute scores by 1, but no higher than 20. Okay, well, we're level 2, so we need to do that. One of your things by 1. So let's increase our vitality by 1. Aptitude rank. You can also increase an aptitude rank with either, well, ignore armor, a weapon type, legends bow, a skill by 1 rank. Alright, so we can make our bludgeon skill go up, which would make our attack bonus 5 with the sledge. I'm happy about that. Skill or tool by 1 rank. Yep. Defense rank. Lastly, increase your aptitude rank with either armor, dodge, endurance, or resolve by 1 rank. So that would be let's go for endure. I mean, I've decided I don't like the way it looks. Just have 1 ticked. Right. Groups party destiny, vary party future. Okay, so let's have a look at the futures. Business mogul, no. Chosen one, air. Oh, Marked for Greatness is quite interesting. Until you get hurt, your stuff is just better. And that's the destiny. You are destined for greatness as a hero, putting the following path in front of you. Complete a quest, wield fabled equipment as your own, have a being of legend, hold you in high regard, or defeat a great evil. Sure. Future option name. Right. Endbringer. No. No, I think we're going to go with Chosen One. Choose a piece of equipment you gain from your class or past. The equipment must be armor, a weapon, or magical implement. While you have all of your health, the equipment is a magical plus X version of itself, where X is equal to your level divided by 3, minimum plus 1. So make something a +1 item. Well, big dumb boy with big dumb weapon. We're going to keep going with big dumb. The colossal sledge, which means it would now have an attack bonus of 6. I don't hate that. And is that everything I need to have finished making a character? Ignoring the fact that I wildly skipped out on dealing with armor and gear. Yeah? I think it might be. Alright. Well, I look forward to running through the Ruin of Possibility. Hopefully in a stream. And I'll see you there. If my slow, rambling, meandering through this character creation process has made you in any way interested, there is an affiliate link in the description of the video and probably also in a comment, and you'll be supporting the channel if you decided to pick it up. Kickstarter has another 2 weeks to go. So yeah, see you next time.